Now that half star to 5 stars finished, we need a new series for the channel. Now, I love non-league football. Bear with me a minute, the phone's going off. Hold on. Hello? Yes, this is Russ off the FM Russ YouTube. Oh, it's the office of David Beckham at Inter Miami? How have they got my number? Mr. Beckham saw the half star to 5 star series, did he? You guys should check that video out after this one. A very, very good series, if I don't say so myself. He was not happy that we picked Manchester United to the league title, the Premier League title, on the final day of the season with Liverpool, and won the Champions League. Well, if he watched half star to 5 star this year, why didn't he watch last year's one? We did the same thing with Manchester United. Oh, so he wants to talk about business. Mr. Beckham would like us to manage Inter Miami on Football Manager 2024. And not only win the MLS Cup, but the CONCACAF Cup. And the Club World Cup. Well, that could take us until FM25 comes out. Oh, you give me content ideas for the duration of FM24. That makes sense. Well, consider that, in the words of Barney Stinson, challenge accepted. Nice. Anyway, how did the office get my number? They hung up on me. Well, guys, looks like we're going to Miami. Hi folks, and welcome into part 1 of our new series here on the channel, Making Miami Great. Not again, just Making Miami Great. So, first episode is going to be us introducing the team, introducing the tactic, and what we sort of want to accomplish whilst we're doing this save. I'm hoping that it's going to last for the duration of FM24 until we get into FM25. As you've seen from the intro, that's kind of what we wanted to do. That's the story we're going to tell. Win stuff with Inter Miami. So, let's get straight into it then. Inter Miami today have confirmed the appointment of Russ Reynolds as the club's new manager. Eyebrows raised in the world of football at the appointment of an inexperienced 35-year-old. Oh, I'd love to be 35 again. 37 this year. I know I don't look it. I mean, comment down in the comment section. Give me some praise for that there. And yeah, he is surely a face plenty questioned when he faced the media for the first time at Chase Stadium. Let's jump straight into it then. So, on behalf of the board, Mr. Beckham has welcomed us to the club. We're 3.5-star reputation. Media think we're going to finish 25th in the MLS. I've never managed in the MLS, so it's all going to be a new learning experience for me there. We've got a director of football, we've got an assistant manager. The club is only 4 years old, or 3 years old within the game. We play at the Chase Stadium, 21,550 can fit in there. We're a rich club. We've got £6 million in the transfer budget and 883k in the wage budget. Excellent training facilities, excellent youth facilities, and good youth recruitment. So that is going to be good for us. We're in the MLS and we're also in the US Open Cup there. No honours for the club so far. This is how the team is lining up. How they think the club's going to be lining up. There we've got Suarez. We've got Jordi Alba there. We've got Sergio Busquets. We also have Mr. Messi, but he doesn't seem to fit in here. I'm going to try and find a tactic that does fit with him. Fit him in the team. He's the top earner at the club as well. So maybe 2 years he moves on. We get a little bit of money there. They want us to sign high reputation players, play entertaining football, develop players using the club's youth system, and sign players under the age of 22 for the future. Actionable objectives are grow the club's reputation. You win trophies, you do that. Sign young players to develop for profit. We can do that. Build a new stadium. Why? We just built one. Just develop what we've got there. 5-year plan then. By the end of this season, they want us to finish mid-table in the MLS, be competitive in the US Open Cup, work to becoming the most reputable club in the United States and the most reputable club in North America. Easy stuff there. The fans want us to sign high reputation players and play entertaining football. They want us to win the MLS. And finish above Orlando City in the league. We're going to put this one down to a month. We are going to... Yeah, we'll schedule that. I don't want to do that there. We're just going to confirm this. We are then going to save it. The new save. Making Miami Great. Drop a like on the channel or on the video and subscribe to the channel as well to stay up to date with this new venture that we're on. We're going to get into some things here. I'm going to put the tactic in in a little bit, but I just want to look at the club profile. We've got 10% hardcore fans, 26% core fans, 20% family, 17% fair weather, 5% corporal, and 22% casual. So we do need to grow that there. Supporters' influence is quite high on the board, so if we're not performing, they're going to get us out, aren't they? They're going to give us the big old heave-ho. Just over 500,000 followers on the social media, so we can grow the club there, which is lovely, lovely stuff. We're going to accept that vision. Tactics, I just said we're going to do that there. Right, so there's a contract rule here. So the personal assistant has introduced us here. We may sign a maximum of 3 designated players. These players are typically the higher stature and great quality than the rest of the squad, and as such their contribution towards this wage salary cap will be equal to the maximum senior salary of 10k per week. So does that mean we can offer them loads of money and it'll only count as 10k? I don't know, we'll have to have a look at that then. If the player is signed during the summer transfer window, clubs get a 50% discount on their salary cap impact. So does that give us 5k? Again, it's new rules that we have to learn. However, a designated player 20 years old or younger, referred to as a young designated player, only counts as 2,300 per week against the club's salary budget. Whereas a young player 21 to 23 years old is 3,100 against the budget. So, I mean, this is all stuff that we need to learn, I guess. There are 2 main types of squad registration slots in the MLS, the senior and off budget. Players registered on the senior slot will also count to the salary cap, whilst off budget will give an exemption. So does that mean we get more players in the senior and more players in the off budget? We have to learn about there. Players on designated or senior contracts may only be registered to the senior slot. Okay, I get it now. I guess the young guys can go to the off budget, so it doesn't count towards the senior budget, and then we can sort of get more older players into the team and pay for them that way, I guess. Players on senior contracts can have their salary cap impact brought down using general allocation money. Players earning the league minimum salary of $1,300 a week are on senior minimum salary contracts and may be registered either senior or off budget slots. Players signed from an MLS club's academy are categorised as homegrown. They retain this status until they permanently move to a non-MLS club. These players may be registered using either the senior or off-budget slots. For senior homegrown players registered as off-budget, their combined difference between the salary cap impact and the minimum salary cap impact is exempt from the salary cap up to a maximum of 1.9k. So I sort of get it. I need to read up on it a bit more. Generation Adidas contracts pay above the senior minimum salary value and are given to the highest rated prospects coming through the draft system. They are always exempt from the salary cap and can be registered using the off-budget slots. Reserve contract players are also exempt from the salary cap and can occupy only off-budget slots. Reserve contracts can only be given to players under the age of 25 and come with a maximum length of 2 years. So lot to digest there, and it's a lot to learn for myself and yourself if you've not played in the MLS. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this here. Who's on the injury list at the moment? So we've got a couple of players. Luis Suarez is injured. He's got damaged knee cartilage at the moment. So we're gonna have a quick look at our budgets. We've got 123 million nearly in the bank. As I said, we've got 6 million there, and our wage budget is 883k. Although we're only using 480 of it at the moment, so we've got another 400k to go. If we have a look at, we want to look at the least specific, our salary cap, we've got 15k of that there. So the salary cap is 800k, or 80k, sorry. So we need to be mindful of this. I think every episode I need to show you guys what we're doing here, so it doesn't look like we're breaking the game at all. Projections then, looks like it's on the decline. There's not a lot of money in American football, I guess, from winning stuff. So we just need to be mindful of bringing in the youth players in and moving them on as and when we can. So we've gone through this. Club information. Where did they finish last year? So 19th, 20th, and then 12th. So, I mean, we can grow from there. The league system then looks a little bit like this. We are on the eastern side. We're 8th at the moment. So I guess do we play everyone? I guess we do, because Montreal's there, Seattle's there, so we play everyone, but I think it contributes to the eastern side of it. Again, it's another rule I have to learn, or how the league system works. Season preview, they think we're going to finish top. That's because we've got Suarez, Messi, Busquets and Alba. And, you know, Lloris is there at LAFC. Best player in the league doesn't belong to us. He goes to Houston. That is Hector Herrera. Although Jordi Alba is the second best player in the league. It's interesting that Messi's not up there. Where is Messi? I mean, he's not even considered in the key player section. Unless because they are... Oh, they couldn't do, because Jordi Alba would contribute as like a designated player, wouldn't he? I need to learn all this stuff. I'm going to go away, I'm going to learn a few bits of stuff, and I'm also going to put the tactic in. I'll come back once I've got the tactical set up and how I want it to work, so we can get the best out of Messi, I think, and get the best out of Suarez and get our best players playing in the team. Tactic is now in place. We're going with this. It's a little bit lopsided. I'm just going to call it Inter Miami for now until I actually decide what I want to call it. It's a variation of a 4-3-3, I guess. A 4-1-2-2-1. Whatever you want to call it. We've got two of them. It's flipped on both sides. So you've got the right mid winger, I guess, and then on the other side we've got the left winger. I guess this is how we're just going to set up, just to try and get the best out of Messi, Suarez, Busquets and Alba. I think this is how it is going to work. So we have a goalkeeper on sweeper keeper instruction. No additional instructions on that lad there. In the back then we got an inverted fullback on the left hand side. He's got to hold the position more, although we might need to take this one off of him. Ball playing defender, no additional instructions there. Central defender, no additional instructions there. And an inverted wing back on the right hand side. Deep line playmaker, no additional instructions on that player there. Central mid on automatic, so it will just adjust to how we play with the tactic. We've got it on positive at the moment. Left hand side of the midfield then we have a winger on the attack. Just ahead of him then we have a Trequartista on attack as well. No additional instructions there. Right hand side we have Lionel Messi in the inside forward on the attack. It says here to get further forward as something that he doesn't do because he likes to come back and get the ball deeper. That's why we have the second one here, because Messi can do that there. And then up front we have a deep line forward on support. I think that gets the best out of Suarez, and also it allows the inside forward and the Trequartista to shoot as well. And if Suarez is holding the ball up, you can give the ball then to Messi or to Farias, who's here. Maybe we can get some goals that way. As I said, we are on the positive mentality. A little bit in-depth look at the tactic then. So in possession, we're fairly narrow. We're going to play the ball up through the middle and play out of the defence. Slightly shorter passing, slightly higher tempo, mixed crosses, and we're going to shoot on sight, play for those set pieces, run at defences and be more expressive. I think that's what you have to do when you've got Messi. You just need to run it, players, be expressive, do what you can do and get into the box and get a load of goals. On the transition then, we're going to counter, we're going to counter press, and then we're going to counter. We're going to distribute quickly to our centre backs, taking those short kicks, and then when we are out of position, it's the high line of press and the high defensive line. I mean, this could go against us as the balls go over the top, hoping the sweeper keeper can pick up a few things there. We're going to trigger that press more often, and we're going to prevent short goalkeeping distribution as well. Nothing else has been clicked. That is all we're doing. I think this will work for us. I mean, if the number one doesn't work, as I said, we go to number two, and if we do the pick best 11 for that there, Messi then sits in this position, Grisel goes there, and it's not a lot of changes, if I'm totally honest. The reason I went with this one here is because Farias plays here, and I want to develop him and make him a star. Make him like Messi, like Suarez, like Busquets, one of the stars of the world. So that is the tactic. A little bit look at the squad depth then. Striker wise, I think we're okay. Right hand side, we're okay as well. Attacking midfield, maybe we could do with one more body in there. I mean, these are young lads that we probably need to give them a little bit more support. If they can get up to this potential, that'd be lovely stuff, but we'll just see how things happen. Left hand side, we're okay there. Centre mid, we're fine. Defensive midfield, we're fine as well. Left back, we're alright. Right back, I think we're okay. I brought one of the young guy up, but he's not shown in there yet. It's Phil Neville's son, Harvey Neville. He can play on that right hand side there. Defence looks okay, and goalkeeper as well looks alright. There's a lot of average players in the squad as well. If we have a look at it from here, I mean, you've got the 4 big names, and then everybody else is, yeah, they're mid. They're not that great, so we will need to bring in a couple of players. Let's see what we can do bringing them in, and yeah, see how things work out for us. Our first proper game is against Dallas on the 25th of February, so we've got pretty much 2 months to prepare for it. I think what we'll do is we'll do some transfers now. We'll show you every transfer that comes in, every transfer that goes out, and then set ourselves up ready for that first game in charge of Inter Miami and making Miami great. So I'm having a little look here at the squad registration thing. So we can register 30 players, minimum of 18, maximum salary cap of 80k, which we spoke about earlier. 12 international players. Sorry, we've got 10 at the moment. I'm guessing that's the foreign players in the league. 3 maximum designated players within the squad. Who's our designated player now? So that's Lionel Messi, designated international player. So is that something different? I guess it is. We're allowed a maximum of 10 off-budget players, so we're out of that there. Maximum of 4 non-reserve and non-homegrown off-budget players. We can't register any off-budget players at the moment, so we're literally playing with 7k, aren't we? What does that say there? Yeah, so we're playing with 7k at the moment. 6 reserve players, sorry, and then 4 non-homegrown reserve players, but we've got no space in there. So we've got what? Space maybe 1 or 2 players if we can. I think we're going to have to go with what we got now with the squad. Unless players leave, and then keep an eye on this. But I think this is something, again, that I'm going to have to show you as the transfer window goes on to see what we're sort of doing here. Anyone watching this who's used to playing MLS on Football Manager 24, any iteration of Football Manager, please let me down in the comment section know what's sort of going on, what we can do, and what we can't do with this. This is all learning for me, so it'd be great if you could provide me with a little bit of advice or something along those lines as we go on. But yeah, I think 1 player we can bring in, maybe 2, and go from there. Well, we've made it to the first game of the new season, of the new save as well. As I said, we are away to Dallas. Transfers then. It's a little bit different over here in the MLS. So if we have a look at our transfer history, we've brought in 2 players. Michael Craig is a young player we brought in from Reading for just over £500,000. 2-star accountability, 3.5-star potential. Did scout a little bit better. He's a defensive midfielder, can also play central midfield. I'm hoping he is going to develop quite well. We stuck him down in Inter Miami 2 team for the time being. And I thought we needed a goalkeeper, so Dominic Grief has joined us. Slovakian international, 4 caps to them, 25 years old, 3-star accountability, 3.5-star potential. Hope he's going to live up to that. He's a star in the MLS, and he's the best goalkeeper we got at the team. Good job we did bring him in, because Drake Callender, let's go with Callender, he picked up a little bit of an injury. He fractured his wrist, so he's not going to be playing for a little while. And speaking of injuries as well, we've got Messi, Suarez, Morales, and Negri. Sailor's also out, and Callender, like we said. 6 players all out at the moment. Luis Suarez has joined the disabled list for the time being, so he's going to be out for 6 games at least before we can play him again. So we are at a disadvantage with 2 of our key players, captain and vice-captain, out of the squad. So let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can get on with this game. So the team we're going to put out there to hopefully pick us up. I'm hoping for at least a point here. A point in our first game here would be brilliant given the circumstance we got with the injuries. So the team putting out there is Grief in goal, a back 4 of Alba, Frary, Alveles and Neville, Busquets in the base midfield, Taylor on the left, Redondo in the centre, Farias and Grisel supporting Campana up front. We are going to have to do a couple of jiggery-pokery things with the match settings, like the camera and the speed of the game and all of that, before we actually see any action. So we're going to say that's the boys for now. Let's get them out there. We are in Dallas Cowboys town. We're going to pause it there. We want this on TV. We want the camera height as low as possible. We want the zoom as high as possible. We don't want any of those. We want the match speed up to about there, I think. Get that one to there. And let's kick off. It is us with the kick off to start with then. This highlight's going to end quite quickly, because it normally does. when you start up on, I don't think I did it, extended highlights, we want this on key highlights. Just keep the game ticking over as quick as we can. Jordi Alba with the ball then. We've lost it, managed to get it back though. Shot from edge of the box, it goes in. It took a deflection on the way in though. 2 minutes on the clock, we've scored our first goal in charge of Inter Miami. David Beckham should be happy with that. It took a wicked deflection to find the back of the net. It's gone down as a Redondo goal, the assist to Jordi Alba, but I would have said that was a own goal coming off the Dallas defender, midfielder, whoever it come off to go to deceive the goalkeeper and find its way into the back of the net. But yeah, we're in the lead with an XG of 0.07 so far. Lovely, lovely stuff. Greasel then out on this right hand side, just takes one too many touches and then try to dive in for a challenge. Was never challenging anyone for the ball. He's out here, left hand side with Dallas. They whip it into the box and the header is over the bar. Not troubling grief whatsoever. I mean, I suppose we could say gave him no grief. Pun intended there, obviously. 30 minutes on the clock. We have been the better team? I mean, we got the goal. We've had more shots. Just the XG isn't there. Possessions with us. Passing completion is exactly the same. And this tactic is holding up. In the friendlies, it was working. We won quite a few games. We drew a few and lost a few as well. So it could lead us to success. If it doesn't, obviously we will change it at half time. 1-0 to us. Let's see if we can take it up a gear. Who's looking tired as well? No one's looking particularly tired. No one's playing particularly bad either. We're about where I expect us to be. 1-0 up in this game. 8 shots, 3 on target. We've kept them at bay for the time being. We'll look to make some substitutions around the 60-minute mark. I don't know how many you can make in the MLS. We will have to check on that one in a second because we are going to be making substitutions now. We are at the 60-minute mark. We can make 5 substitutions with 3 stoppages, so it's exactly the same as England then. Right, changes. Who do we bring on? Kremashi can come on for Greasel on that right-hand side. And then where you can only play as a striker. And I want to bring Farias on, but I don't have the players to change for him at the moment. We will bring on Busquets is looking tired, so let's bring on David Ruiz. Is he a good player to bring on? I guess he can sit there in the deep line playmaker role. And I'm not going to make any more there. Just the 2 for the time being. 12 shots now, 4 of those on target. Capana's having a bad game. He's on 6.5 now. Not really done much to enlighten himself in anything. Oh, Robert Taylor though. Free kick into the back of the net. Was it him who scored with that really high pitched commentator? I'm not going to attempt it because I might smash some glasses or something like that. But yeah, we're now 2-0 up. Lovely, lovely stuff. We are going to make another substitution now. Capana can come off. Borgelin can come on for him up front. And we'll bring on Ryan Saylor. He can come on for... No, we're not going to bring him on actually. We're going to bring on Gomez for Redondo. He can sit in there. We'll make the final substitution around, I don't know, last 3 or 4 minutes of the game just to kill it off. But it's a good, brilliant result for us here. If we have a look around the grounds, we are up to 2nd behind Chi-Town. Never with a throw and then into Kremaski. Turns that ball into Borgelin. Can't hold on to it though. Dallas have got the ball. We don't want to let them go forward. I don't want to concede on our debut in charge here. They shift it out to that left hand side where they've got a little bit of space to work in. It's into the box now. Oh, they do score. Lino, do us a favour. No. There we go. We concede on our first game in charge here. Although we are winning still at the moment. We are going to make a change. It is going to be at left back. It's not going to be at left back because we don't have anyone who can play this. So Ryan Saylor is going to come on for Thierry there. Confirm that. Press play. We've got 5 minutes of time added on to hang on to this 2-1 lead. Comfortable. I mean, what's it going to be like when we get Messi and Suarez back? That's going to be the story. How many goals can we get there? And Jordi Alba with a throw in at the end of this game. We've got about 100 in. I say 100. We've got about 75 seconds left. Russ with the ball. I thought the Dallas player was going to get the ball off him then. We just took so much time. Borgelin puts the ball over the bar. And the whistle should go any second. There it does go. First win for us. Lovely, lovely stuff. First win on the road as well. Happy with that. And the tactic worked. We were shifting around nicely. Nice little passage of plays, passing. Got the goals as well, which is what we want. So, making Miami great is off to a flyer. We're into third in the league at the moment. We're going to have a look at the schedule, see when to come back next. I'm thinking we go up to the rainy city in Seattle. Oh no, they're coming to us. We'll go to Seattle and then we'll travel to Orlando to play our local rivals. So if you guys have enjoyed that, big thumbs up for the new series. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already done so. And as always, folks, thank you very much for watching.